Player that you guys might not be familiar with that I think you should get to know because they have a big plan for him in Minnesota. The Vikings have the son of an NFL legend on their roster this season who could be making huge catches from Kirk Cousins in big moments down the stretch. And his name isn't Irv Smith Jr. Yeah, that was a second-round pick, but let's get to know Chad Beebe, who is the son of NFL legend Don Beebe and the odds-on favorite to win the Vikings' number 3 wide receiver job over former first-round pick Laquan Treadwell this summer. Guys, Don Beebe was an NFL legend, 9 NFL seasons, part of 6 different Super Bowl teams, played in 4 of them, and made maybe the greatest play in a blowout loss in Super Bowl history when he sprinted 50 yards and he stripped the ball from Leon Lett at the goal line despite being down 52-17 at the time. Whew. So Chad Beebe is Don Beebe's son. He's the son of a former player. We've seen that story before. Hello, Eli and Peyton Manning. Hello, Chris and Kyle Long. But we have not seen a story like this because Beebe went undrafted out of Northern Illinois, got no hype whatsoever, and wasn't even signed after the draft as one of those undrafted free agents that signed Saturday night, like, oh, let's rush to get him. No, he made the Vikings team the same way that Adam Thielen did a few years ago. Not as an undrafted free agent right after the draft, but as a rookie tryout up there at training camp. He miraculously made the Vikings practice squad last season as basically the 65th guy and caused headaches for the number 1s all year long. He did get elevated to the active roster, but he battled injuries and didn't really contribute. This summer, Chad Beebe has been maybe the best receiver in Vikings camp.
Okay, Beebe.
Number 12. He's also the team's punt returner, and he's also the team's holder on kicks. Beebe is doing it all. So when we talk about the difference between the Vikings making the leap from last year 8-7-1 to maybe making the playoffs, maybe going even further this year, we could talk Gary Kubiak, we could talk some new defensive wrinkles, we could talk Garrett Bradbury, the new center, or we could be talking about Chad Beebe.
I love it.
Guys, meet the man. Chad Beebe, number 12 in your Vikings depth chart. He's your man to watch in Vikings camp this summer.
What's going on at these Vikings tryouts? I mean, this is an incredible thing.
Unbelievable.
Rick Spielman, that whole front office deserves credit for that, right? Because him and Thielen?
And Marcus Sherrills. They have 3 different guys over their course of the last 5 years where they do these local tryouts, and the guys end up on the team. Chad Beebe following in those footsteps.
As much as I love the superstars that are drafted, the big-name guys that we're familiar with coming out of college, I feel like there's a wave as of recently of guys that are going under the radar. You look at the returner with the Cleveland Browns, Giuseppe, made that big-time return, and we're all familiar with the story. And I'm a third-rounder. I'm kind of a guy that was privileged a little bit because when I came in, I knew I was going to make the team. But I love the guys that have to fight a little bit more because they have a little bit more grit and they know that every practice is a day to build on your resume. So I'm rooting for Beebe, of course.
And I mean, if he does make the team and he's the 3rd guy, I mean, what an offense to be in, right?
Exactly right.
You mentioned the center. They add and shore up the offensive line, and then you've got those 2 wide receivers. You've got Dalvin Cook healthy and Kirk Cousins as your quarterback. Like, he could make some plays. Is he on my fantasy radar potentially?
Chad Beebe.
A lot of pedigree. His dad was a part of 6 Super Bowls.
6 Super Bowl teams in 9 years. Played on 6 teams.
X Factor.
I love